Hello, Taurus. Hello, Bull Gang. How are you, friends? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. I am here to give you a little bit of extra energy, Taurus. I'm going to be doing a few more bonus reads tomorrow, but I'm going to do one for you today. And because, you know what, there's so many astrological anomalies going on. This is a really intense time, but look, you signed up for it. You wanted to be here at this time. You wanted to see all the crap go down. You want a front row with popcorn? Here it is. Here we are. I know I wouldn't have it any other way. I'm just saying. I chose this time to incarnate because here I am, sitting here with the popcorn, figuring out what's going on. All right. Let's find out what's going on, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We'll let the universe pick the topic. I'm just going to read the cards as they fall. Whew, these readings today have been so damn intense. Over the last couple days, they have been. Even over this last week. I think life is just intense right now. It's intense everywhere, right? In Canada, in the US, all over the world. You know, the hive is buzzing, Aquarius energy. We're in the age of Aquarius. There's just so much going on astrologically. Please go find yourself, if you believe in astrology, and if you believe that we move according to the energies, and I am one of those people, then please go find out what's happening, and it will explain a lot about what's going on right now. All right. Taurus, let's find out what's going on. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. And please remember that this is not only for Taurus Sun. This is for anybody who logs in that has a Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter sign as well. So I could be talking about another sign. And this reading is not just for the sun signs. All right, Taurus. We've got the Eight of Pentacles. What you building, friend? You're working hard on something here. Very organized thought process. You might be building a business, building a corporation. You might be building your own doctrine. It feels like you are like piecing something apart. How can I say? It feels like I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles, and that's Virgo energy, being very specific, being very practical, very precise, right? It's always the P's when I'm dealing with the Pentacles. And it feels like, yeah, here we go, more Pentacles. Look, we've got Earth energy here, right? We've got Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy. Look, you're at the top of the food chain here. You are in this energy of the Hierophant. It feels like somebody here, I'm going to say, standing on business, or you are building a business. I want to say that you could be in school. You could be a person who's learning about something, because this is corporation, institution, right? You could be going to a school. You could be learning something new. But I think the purpose is because you want to do the right thing or build something structurally sound. With the Eight of Pentacles here and the Hierophant here, it feels like you want to build something structurally sound. So that could be your belief system. It could be your spiritual self. It could be the higher self. It feels like you're standing on business. Once I build the structure, then it's going to stand forever. It feels like you're right now in this place where you are building for your future. We do have the Seven of Pentacles here. This is the reassessment energy, right? Well, it's the reassessment. I'm going to reassess. But you have an intention, because the Seven of Pentacles for me is also throwing the seeds, right, of intention. But you don't know which way you're throwing the seeds if you don't have an intention. So I'm going to say that it feels like something in the 3D is going on with you. You are building something new. You've probably wiggled out of the old skin that you were in. And it feels like you're about to stand out front and say, I'm the leader. This is the way I'm doing it. And you can challenge me if you want, but I've gone over the details. I know all the details. I am somebody with a very sharp eye, and I feel like you're immovable is what it feels like here. We've got more Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles. So it does feel like it is the beginning of something. So and you're very confident too. And that's why it was lending this energy. And like, I know that the Taurus energy is sort of immovable, but this Nine Pentacles here now confirms that you're confident. I do have the right information. I've got enough money. I'm building the foundation. And I feel like you've gone over all the details. The reassessment phase is here. We have the Six of Cups. You have the knowledge. And this tells me that nostalgia. It feels almost like you feel like this is your life purpose. This is what I'm here to do. I'm here to be the Hierophant. I'm here to be a person who is building things, who is making brand new structures to build to the sky. You could be someone who is involved in the building of large structures, possibly your own structures, but maybe buildings. It feels like this is what I'm here to do. I've got to do it carefully, and I've got to be patient. I feel like you are patient, and you know that this has got to go slowly, but I feel like I'm talking about your life purpose. You could be somebody who wants to be a clergyman. You could be somebody who just wants to lead people. Like, I don't think you're standing up front and saying, hey, over here, follow me. That's not what the Hierophant does. The Hierophant just lives their doctrine, stands in their power, stands in on business, and then if anybody wants to show up, they can show up. But I'm the one that's in the lead, so you can follow my doctrine if you want to. Look at that, Taurus. Every card on the table is Pentacles, except the Six of Cups. We definitely are talking about your life purpose. I did say about the Nine of Pentacles, and then the Nine shows up. I feel like you are, whatever it is that you're doing, I feel like you are making friends, influencing people. I want to say that somebody here has gone through, I feel like, nobody gave this to you. You've really built yourself brick by brick or pentacle by pentacle, and it's been a really tough climb. But I think you're finally in your place right now in your life where you're feeling very confident about what you're doing. You're very confident about your life's purpose. Now, I know that's not going to be a reading for everybody, but I feel like I'm really reading for someone who's very confident about their life purpose. Something here is about to materialize after a long period of waiting, analyzing, reassessing, working really hard. You've put a lot of hard work into something. The Eight of Pentacles is I've gone over every freaking point that I can go over to the point of making myself a little bit insane. It feels like this is something that nobody is going to knock over once you build the structure. We've got the Star energy. It could be spiritual. It feels like a life purpose thing. It feels like hopeful, but it also feels like wish fulfillment, or this is what I've been manifesting all along. I feel like your manifestation is about to come into fruition here. We've got the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Okay, so I think you're keeping really quiet about your future. So I'm going to say that now that you've got the foundation, it feels like you've got the foundation. It's very sturdy. You know what you're doing. You've got all the analytics. I feel like you now know that you are at this place where this is the place I'm supposed to be. I'm doing the work now, or you will be doing the work that is your life's purpose. The Three of Wands here tells me that you are well off into the future. But it also, the Four of Pentacles tells me that you're not telling anybody about it. So it almost feels like once the scaffolding goes up and they see the building, you're like, yeah, I'm building my own tower. Or when, the whatever it is built, the business is going live. We're having an opening. It feels like there is something here that you've been working on for so long that there's no way it's going to fail. It is your life purpose, and it is what you're going to be doing for the foreseeable future. It feels like with the Star and the Three of Wands that this is the foreseeable future for you. But you're not going to tell anybody what's going on until which point you're ready to open the doors, or you can't hide it anymore because the building is getting taller. We've got the Seven of Swords. Yeah, it does feel like whatever reassessments you're doing, whatever you're being patient about, whatever you're working on really hard here is something that you're probably keeping concealed. We've got the Ten of Swords, and then it feels like it's something that's been a painful growing process. There's been painful growth that's involved here. We've got the Four of Wands. It almost feels like somebody's maybe building a house, building a future, building their mental health. Look, maybe you and your friends are not the ones that usually go into psychology or psychiatry or something like that. It feels like somebody here has been trying to stabilize their mental health and not telling anybody about it. Reminds me, what is that? Yeah, it does remind me of that. You're right. I'm talking to Charlie. Charlie's my guide, and it reminds me of, oh God, what's the name of that show? You know the one I'm talking about, the gangster that was going to see a psychologist. Damn, I can't remember what it is. When I'm in a channel, it's hard for me to remember the names of things. Yeah, I can see the guy's face. He's in the psychologist's office. It feels like that. Maybe you're keeping something under wraps here because it feels like there's been a painful ending here, but you're trying to get stability through the painful ending. It also could mean here that the things that hurt you the most are your fuel. It feels like this is what's fueling your stability. Now you're never going to fail because of something here that I feel happened to you, and you're using. It's like you're the alchemist. You're alchemizing your pain into stability here. That's what it feels like. We've got the Queen of Wands. We've got the Emperor. Yeah, you really are here to, for whatever it is that you're here to build. It does look like with the Queen of Wands that this is a gamble. I'm going to say that for you, this is a gamble. It feels like it is something that you're doing with your whole chest. Like, I don't care if it burns to the ground. I'm just going to clear away the ashes and I'm going to start building again. Stubborn. There's no way that you are going to let your life's purpose sit by the wayside. Go ahead, set it on fire. I don't care. I'll just push away the ashes and then I'll build something new there. I want to say that this feels like something that you are totally in control of. This is your baby. This is something that you are doing, like I said, with your whole chest. You're doing it very boldly. Like the Queen of Wands isn't scared if the structure burns down because the Queen of Wands knows how to walk through the fire. So it does feel like somebody here is sitting on the throne of the Emperor and saying, this is my legacy. This is what I'm here for. I'm here to build this legacy. Tell me about the Nine of Pentacles. What's giving you all this confidence here? Because you're immovable here, Taurus. That's what it feels like. We've got the Page of Wands, we've got the Nine of Wands, and we've got the Knight of Wands. That's what it is. It's your pain that's fueling you. It's your pain that makes you very brave. That's where you get your confidence from. The Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is a child who grew up with trauma, with the Nine of Wands right next door. You are a person who's been through a lot of things, and I feel like no matter what, there's no way that you're dropping this. It's like everything was designed, the system was designed to work against you, but they didn't count on you being this brave. They didn't count on you walking through the fire. They thought that if they tore down whatever it was that you were, systematically, piece by piece, I mean your mental health, somebody here really had an impact on your mental health. This could be from a child. It feels like they didn't expect that you were this resilient, because that's what the Queen of Wands is. Complete and total resilience. So tell me then, what is your purpose? What's this life purpose all about? You might be a teacher. You might be someone who is a spiritual teacher, or maybe a life coach, somebody who's trying to give other people direction. Like people who give other people direction, it's because we've made all the mistakes, right? And so trying to help people avoid pitfalls, trying to get people to stand up after the end of a divorce, possibly. Tell me what the life path is here. We've got the King of Cups. We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse and the Five of Wands. I love that kind of. I do, because the Nine of Cups in the reverse is the delusion. It's like, I feel like this is strategic. We've got the King of Cups, which is strategic. Learning how to be emotionally regulated. Somebody who's emotionally intelligent is somebody who's emotionally regulated. Do we see it all the time? Those cop cam videos, right? People don't know how to regulate their emotions, and it's usually what gets them into bigger trouble. I feel like you are somebody who has learned how to be emotionally regulated, somebody who is emotionally intelligent, somebody who knows how to keep their crap together when everything is going sideways. Five of Wands and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. It feels like you're teaching emotional regulation in a moment where things are in disillusionment, and the Five of Wands is present. So when I'm fighting for my life, or I'm fighting in this divorce, or I'm fighting for whatever I thought was supposed to be that wasn't. It's like people are lying to me. And you're teaching people how to get through it, even though they expected one thing and got another. You might be a lawyer. You could be a lawyer. You could be teaching people how to just keep your wits about you. We'll fight this the correct way. Tell me more. We have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, and that's what's going to help you unload this burden. It's amazing how many things can be really circumvented by really just learning how to control your emotions. It feels like you're teaching people how to fight something that didn't work out for them. It feels like the 10 of Wands is you're teaching them how to let go of their burdens, or stop the physical fight, or stop fighting themselves. Stop blaming yourself that it didn't go the way you wanted it to go. So nonetheless, Taurus, I feel like you're here for your life's purpose. I feel somebody's making a business out of that, because the Emperor is the one who is running the empire. I feel like this is just the very beginning of you and your empire. It does feel like there is that you're making the best decision for everyone involved. But I think that this builds into something really solid, a solid structure with the 10 of Pentacles. You're building legacy here. So if you're a person who is currently building something, whether that's yourself, your mental health, it leads to something way bigger. What does it lead to? We've got the Hanged Man, we've got the Ace of Cups, and we've got the Queen of Pentacles. It leads to something way bigger. It leads to the beginning of the opening of your heart. It's almost like you begin to trust emotions again. You begin to trust your own heart. I feel like it's stability or stabilization of feelings, compassion, love. It's almost like you build this wall, and now the walls are coming down because you've learned how to regulate your emotions. Stability, good health, good mental health. The Hanged Man here tells me that you now have a way different perspective on life, and that is your life's purpose. You came here to understand what didn't work out in the last life. And that's what it feels like. It feels like you were here to become emotionally aware, emotionally intelligent, to bring yourself to a place of building this empire that you're going to help people learn this stuff. I feel like your life was really hard, that there was a lot of trauma that happened probably from a childhood age all the way to here, but now you can drop this because now you're teaching other people about it, how to be brave. How to be brave in the face of devastation. And I'm telling you what, if there's anything we need right now is somebody to tell us how to be brave in the face of devastation. All of us. All of us. All right. I'm going to leave that right there, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you, friends. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I am always back. Love you guys. Bye-bye.